And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 335. So I hope you guys had a great day and I hope you guys have a great weekend that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, we have one topic for you guys tonight, and we will be discussing comments made by the Flash director, Andy Muschietti, as he defends the DCEU disaster. So before we go over the topic for tonight's episode of the MSK show and I start talking to Lunchbox Warren, I do want to apologize to everyone that came out and watched the one-on-one second appearance that I had with the Creatorverse. So literally as the episode was ending, on the last two questions that I normally ask to every single person that I do a one-on-one with, it's the same two questions. It's basically what you got coming up for your YouTube channel and anything you're working on content-wise, and is there anyone you would like to give a shout-out to? As we were on the last two questions, his internet gives out. And in my mind, I'm sitting thinking to myself, fuck. Because when that happens, people are like, MSK, why do you get rid of the show? There's a big problem with that, guys. So when someone's internet goes out, I don't know if that's going to be for a minute or if that's going to be for any amount of seconds, like 5 seconds to 40 seconds. I don't know if it's going to be 5 minutes, so I don't want to just sit there and just hope the person comes back in a reasonably fast time, because usually when internet cuts out, it takes at least a good 2 minutes for that shit to completely reboot itself and come back fully online. So I didn't know if he was going to come back in a decent time. And then when I checked the time frame of when he was actually gone, he was only gone for maybe a minute and I think 10 seconds. And then if that were to happen, he would come back, we would finish the show, and then I would have to edit that part out. But then again, I didn't know he was going to come back that quickly. So we are going to redo our one-on-one second appearance with him Monday at 4 p.m. PST. So don't worry. I'm also going to make it up to you guys, because I have an extra one-on-one that I'm doing this week as well with Left Eye Ego, because last week he was going to be on the show, but he wasn't at his usual setup, and he was going to have those AirPod audio quality, which isn't bad, but I'd rather if someone's going to do an appearance on the show, they do it at their normal setup where they, sound the best they can. I've had shows where unless you have literally top-notch quality, like earbuds, it's really just, it's not awful, but I want people that when they get the first impression of you to get the best impression of you from your actual setup,
Yeah.
So that's what happened with Creatorverse. Nothing bad happened. He wasn't mad at me. Nothing happened. It's literally just his internet crapped out the last 2 minutes of the fucking show. So a whole hour and 20 minutes gone. Didn't happen. But don't worry. We already streamed Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel earlier today. People are asking me, why don't I get back into streaming, more times a day? Well, first of all, I'm old now, and I'm tired. And, literally, if you asked me 2 years ago if I could do 3 one-on-ones in a day, I could do it. Not now. Literally, after I stream once, I'm like, I need a break for a little bit. Give me a few hours to recharge,
Yeah, you think it wouldn't be that hard, but it actually takes some freaking work to do this shit.
It didn't used to.
It should just be easy, but it's not. I apologize, Orange. Last night I was going to do a gaming stream, had it all set up, made a little deal for it and the whole thing. And then I get home from work and I crash out, take a nap, and wake up at 9:30 at night. I'm like, oh, damn it. So then I just go to bed because I had to get up at 5 this morning. So, but yeah, that's it's not easy keeping consistent with this shit.
It was easier when I was a little bit younger, and I'm starting to go why the fuck is it harder for me to potentially do more than one stream in a day? So the max that I have is 3, but the minimum that I usually do is maybe 1 to 2. Sometimes the lowest being 1, minimum being 2, because I usually do a game stream. Then I usually do the MSK show. And then with the Cloud9 podcast, which is primarily on Tuesdays now. People factor in, we have been consistent with that show every single day. It's very rarely me and Chaz miss any week. Chaz was sick this past week, so we're going to do the Cloud9 podcast after my show with Labs Comic Fan tomorrow. Yeah. So, God, man, I remember when I started the Iron Man podcast and I just doing 3 one-on-ones in a day, 4 sometimes in a day.
I'll tell you right now, as the years go by, it doesn't get any easier. The floor gets farther away. Shit starts popping when you stand up.
Yeah.
like knees and stuff. It just, yeah.
That's what I tell people, like when we're doing the show, so I don't have to get rid of any of them. And what's crazy is that was actually the first show that I actually got rid of in this iteration of me podcasting. That was today. That was the first time I got rid of an episode. And it wasn't because the quality was bad, it was because he wasn't talkative, it was because it wasn't interactive enough with our conversation. It was just a technical difficulty. And if you can get like 335 episodes deep and you can only get rid of one episode because internet crashes out the very last 2 minutes of a show, I think you had a pretty good,
well, that's pretty impressive because you are pretty picky. Like you have, like, if there's anything wrong with it, like a little tick or something in the background, it drives you nuts. And it's commendable because, I mean,
yeah, and it wasn't even King's fault. It's something weird because it doesn't happen on Syfax's show. When I watch Syfax's show and he's on there and I have because I have to have the sound a little bit far because I need my sound loud because I can't hear shit. This doesn't happen. I'm still factoring in why does that only happen when he's here? And it's not like it's not like King's bad. It's not like he's not talkative. It's not like he's just running it down every show. He's been a great person to have as an addition. But why is his audio like that? And it's weird because he'll talk and some episodes it's perfectly fine. Nothing bad happens at all. But then there's a few sentences he'll have in the show where at the very last minute of the last word he's going to say in his statement, it just kind of lowers the sound quality lowers and it just cuts out. I don't know why that happens. It has to. He said it's internet. I think it has to deal with the mic. Has to be. There's no way it's your internet because if it doesn't happen on someone else's show or it's audio quality, it has to be either audio, it has to be the mic itself, or it has to be potentially internet connection, or because given who he lives with, maybe someone's streaming.
Yeah, well, if it's Mike, it would happen everywhere. And if he's living with somebody and they happen to go on the internet or
and they're watching a stream, and that automatically will do it.
Yeah, it all could be stuff like that too.
Yeah, so if someone's in his house is streaming a movie, like they're watching something on a streaming service, or they're like watching a bunch of YouTube videos, maybe that could do it. It has to be internet connection, but it doesn't happen on Syfax's stream. That's why it's so confusing. So
it might be Syfax might have a stronger stream.
To be fair,
connected to
Syfax is also he's closer to LA where that's where you get a stronger connection from the internet.
So he's probably got a better connection. So when he connects to Syfax's StreamYards, it's a stronger connection.
So that's why for him, whenever I have him on the show, I have to go to Opera GX for him. That way this doesn't happen. So when we were on Opera GX Monday when we had Savage at him on, it's perfectly fine. He maybe cut out like at the very end of his statement, like once in the entire thing. It was fine, but StreamYard is very good. That buzzing sound that would randomly come up. I didn't really hear. I didn't hear that at all when I watched the replay back. At the part where it was getting bad. If you watch the replay, it's not even there on the actual show, on the actual VOD. But it's just during the show. People are going to understand. Even though that kind of thing doesn't happen when you rewatch the VOD, during the show when that happens, it just throws me off. It just does, and it's not his fault. It's just like, God damn, because if you could be having a point, you're going off, and you're not having a really good point, and you hear that, you're just like, is he getting tased in the butthole? Like, what the fuck? The reason why it's distracting is because it could throw you off. It throws off the conversation when that things happen. But on the VOD, I didn't hear it at all. So I knew it wasn't going to appear. It's just like, goddamn, mid-conversation, we're just talking about shitting on the Dark Knight Rises, which I absolutely love doing. And that happens where he's getting fucking tased by a 9,000-volt taser or some shit, Oh, I also told King Style that even if you're directly connected, if you're not literally next to your router, then connection could be doing that sometimes, because I'm not actually next to my router. My router's in my other part of my house. It's way over like in that corner to the right. I'm actually directly connected here, and I was going to just do it through Wi-Fi, but no, I can't go back to just Wi-Fi. I need
my router is literally right here. I can touch it.
My router's in there, and if I had what I do in here, in this room, in that room, no, neighbors would be kind of mad. So, So Orange says, I have a pretty beefy internet connection. If somebody starts a stream download, I sound like a robot for 3 seconds on Discord while my modem bounces up the load. Yeah, so, and also Chaz has had these, because Chaz and him are from the same state. They live in the actual same city. Chaz has the same problems too. Chaz is, randomly, Chaz will be on a League stream. We're playing League, just dips out. It just goes, summoner is disconnected. I'm like, did I offend him? Like, what the fuck did I do to that guy? He's like, no, my internet just fucking tanked. I think it's just Connecticut. I think maybe just Connecticut is absolute garbage at whatever internet is going through that disgusting pile of ass of a fucking city. You know?
I'm gonna do that when I want to stop talking to you. I'm just gonna reach over here and turn off my modem. Oh no, internet.
No. Wi-Fi is for losers. 100% wired connection. Yeah,
Wired
I can't go
all
back.
the way.
I can't go back. There's no way. I don't get how people do it, honestly. Also tonight, as you guys know, the 2025-2026 NBA season kicked off. We're going to cover this more on the Cloud9 podcast tomorrow, but just want to say that Luxbox Warren's fucking org, they're screwed again for this year. Their head coach or whatever, well, he may have allegedly committed a lot of fraud.
Benny. Yeah, Rip City, Chauncey Billups has been indicted for some kind of like poker scam that connected to like 4 different mafia groups. One of them was like La Costa Nostra, which is like Lucky Luciano type like family. And yeah, it's just, well, there was that active player too, Terry Rosen, was it, that for the Heat, a starter for the Heat, got indicted. I mean, yeah, this is quite the mess.
God damn. Like, do you know how bad this is right now? So that if you built a connection with a coach, you did a boot camping or whatever, you got to mesh with your teammates, and then randomly he's gone, and you get some like intern coach.
Not only that, you find out his ass was betting against you. Like you found out like his ass was betting against you. Like
he legit had no faith in you at all. Like, that's even worse.
That is so bad. The Blazers are so screwed right now. Like they are about to get bought. I think there was a guy who's going to buy them for like $2.8 billion by the end of the year. If they do buy them and then we get a new coach and get a rebuild, that'll be nice because we kind of need it right now. Hey, Emily.
Hi, Emily. How you doing? Yeah, and then also that ties to the Mafia. How the fuck did they get involved with the Mafia?
Yeah, like classic Mafia, like old school, like Gambino family.
What's crazy about the classic Mafia, I watched a few documentaries here or there. Literally, they'll dress a person up like they're homeless just to have the person get next to someone and kill them. These are dangerous people. These are not... The Mafia in the movies, guys, might be a little exaggerated, but no, Mafia.
Forget about it. What are you talking about? There's no Mafia, huh? Forget about that, huh?
Oh, God. So, the last time Trailblazers won was when they were called the Seattle Supersonics, I think, or some shit?
No. Seattle Supersonics was their own team.
That was OKC.
They got sold and became the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Portland Trailblazers, last time they were in a championship, was I want to say it was the Clyde Drexler Jordan era. They did have a pretty good team during what we called the Jailblazer era, which had like Rasheed Wallace on there, and because they were always getting caught with pot and getting in fights and stuff.
The last time you guys won was in 1977.
Bill Walton era.
Yeah, Philadelphia. You defeated the Philadelphia 76ers. They made it to the finals 3 times, and they won 1 out of 3.
Yeah. I think Jordan was the reason why we lost the last 2.
That's just unfortunate. Like they only won in 77, and their last appearance in the finals was 1992. So that was 2 years before I was born.
That was against Chicago, I think.
Because it's crazy with Chaz's team, the Knicks. They haven't been to a fucking finals about as long as you guys have. Like 75 was the last time.
Oh, dude, the Knicks, and they're one of those like old school team. Like when you think of basketball, you think of the Knicks. They deserve to have a good team and make a run.
I'm still like, dude, the last time they had actually got to a conference finals was last year. They haven't been to a conference finals in God knows how long.
Yeah,
they've only won. They haven't won since 73. Fucking insane.
They looked pretty good today.
They've been to conference finals, sometimes, but it's like, how have they've been? I was trying to wonder, how have some of these big name franchises been so mismanaged over the years? Like, how does it keep happening?
Yeah, well, you've had some super teams, and you've had you've had some unbalance of ability,
Mhm.
on a lot of teams, and I think it's like you have everything has to click right to have that great team, a good
Yeah.
GM, a good coach, a good draft, picking up the players that you need. So it's kind of hard, especially in the super team era, to really get your footing, for a lot of these teams. Like I was really looking for the for how Luka was going to do with Lakers. Like, because Luka, I mean, I haven't even seen, how does he look today?
Oh, he looks great. Yeah,
Oh,
he
good.
actually did everything that I wanted him to do. But and I wasn't really I didn't really rag on Luca when they played bad in the playoffs with him. I didn't think it was his fault at all. That random trade that happened where, the big one where it was Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic, and that was such an unfortunate situation at that moment in time. It's really hard to fault him for anything. All I really asked for last year when I was doing both shows was like, hey, you need to lose weight and you need to play better defense. And he's been doing that so far.
Yeah.
He's in great shape. He's averaged, I think, almost 80 points
I
in
know
2
he's the
days.
Lakers' future. Like LeBron was probably what on his last year, I'd imagine. Maybe
He's not even playing right now. He missed
is he
opening
not?
night. Yeah, I forgot. There's some reason why he's not going to be playing for a little bit. There's some
Okay.
I totally forgot, but there's a reason he's not going to be playing for a little bit. And good lord, I mean, I think it's because LeBron wanted some sort of like no clause contract, like extension or whatever, or contract
Oh,
or something like that.
he's having contract. Okay,
I think
gotcha.
I think it's contractual bullshit he's going through, because I think it was something to do with like he wanted to opt into a something part of a contract, and they're probably not going to give him it. Actually, I
Yeah.
think they think Luka's the future. LeBron's, in my opinion, going to be on his way out either this year or so this season, or 2027, 2028. I don't think he
Yeah.
plays another 5 years, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell with guys like that because those athletes, they usually seem to try to hold on longer than they should, just because this is their life, and to give that up has to be immensely hard for these guys.
Hmm.
So I can see LeBron. I can see LeBron retiring, especially with like he got to play with his son and all that. But I
Hmm.
could also see LeBron trying to jump into a team that's like ready, kind of like how Durant jumped on the Golden State Warriors, and and took them to what, 2 rings was it?
Hmm.
Um, I could see LeBron trying to do that, but I don't think it would be successful. I just he doesn't. Yeah, I think he just needs to retire.
Hmm. Yeah, it's also, man, you go down some of these Eastern Conference teams with the Pacers haven't been to a final since 2000. That's when people say a lot of these championships, a lot of these fucking big franchises have. That's like 2 or 3 people carrying most of that shit. That's what I'm
Yeah.
pointing out. That's most. It's crazy how Lakers and the Celtics have nearly more championships than the Knicks and Trailblazers will ever have their entire franchise history. Literally, the Warriors, don't they have like 4 or 5? That's more than the Trailblazers have had in like more than 30 fucking years.
Oh yeah, no. Well, plus too, the Blazers are hard to get high level players out to,
Like
because
draft
it's
picks
it's
too.
a
Yeah, it's
yeah,
also,
it's a small
yeah,
market. It's hard to get veterans to go out
it doesn't have
there.
the big name value as like a city you want to live in, like in LA or in New
Yeah,
York.
yeah.
You know, like
It's a small market town. Like it used to be better when Seattle's here because they had the I-5 rivalry.
yeah.
But even then though, it's still kind of out there, out of the way. So Portland has a hard time getting, and plus two, Portland makes terrible decisions. Like they passed up Jordan and they passed up Durant, and both the players that they got for those two turned out to be busts. Like they picked up Greg Oden instead of Kevin Durant during that draft, and Greg Oden, on paper, if he didn't have bad knees, he probably would have been one of the more dominant forces in the NBA. But his knees were shot, so he had I think it was like a year or two, and then he was done. So Portland's kind of cursed they need to break that somehow.
So okay. The last time they were so yeah, last year the Knicks were in the conference finals, and I think 2023, but before that, it was like the last time they had been anywhere higher than that was in 2013. Some of these franchises have just been like running it bad. Like the Pistons haven't been in the playoffs in forever. Since 2007? Guys, that was when Transformers came out. They haven't been in the fucking playoffs. Like, what the hell's been happening with some of these teams? Like, straight up, actually just that's what the problem is. Like, some of these teams are just participating that I hated over the years. It was just like, wow, you are just here just to be here. There's no actual like, hey, I'm gonna try to make and do this better here. Actually, you know. I was hoping to join Cyfax tonight, but he bitched out. Yeah, of course he did, because he's white. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Damn.
But don't worry, guys. We are here to make things happy. Oh, did you guys see my epic takedown of Grey Poupée? Wednesday night, I gave that overrated fraud the fattest L ever. Did you not see that? God.
I know Greg got spicy. That's for sure.
He did the thing that I already knew he was gonna do in my head, but I said it anyway because come on, the episode's fine. It was a great conversation we all had, but he did the thing that I knew he was gonna do. You know, I brought up so my point wasn't about Villeneuve or Martin Scorsese's comments toward the MCU. What I was bringing up is that, like, if they said something about movies, people would go, okay, you're automatically right. Even if they could say something wrong, people would say they're right based off their pedigree, right? But then I could say the same thing they did, and people would tell me I'm wrong, because that's how people function. If they hear something from someone that they don't deem worthy enough, or they feel like everything they do and say is wrong, even if they're right, the person that's receiving the information are not going to accept it, right? So like when Kingstyle said, let's say you directed Joker 2 and it wasn't Todd Phillips, would you get the same leeway that he got? You wouldn't, because people play favorites, and when it's not someone they deem like worthy enough, they don't see that person's contributions as valuable based off the words they're saying, right? So my point wasn't about what those directors had said about the MCU. That was not, I didn't care about that. What I was bringing up was that if you're in Chris Stuckman's position, right? He said something about a movie, right? Let's say he says something about a Sony, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Disney, A24 movie, right? Or Universal too in there. So he says something bad about a director's movie. He's an upcoming director, right? The way that comes off, because you know this, because you've been doing comic books for a long time, it is kind of an unspoken rule that an artist doesn't shit on another artist's work. That's just what it is. I don't agree with that, but that's just the common sentiment, right? I feel like the way you improve things is, even if it's another creator in your space, critique does matter, even if it comes from someone that is also another creator itself, you know? But that's just how the arts work. I'm just saying the general common sentiment of what art people feel like. I don't agree with it, but that's just a common sentiment, right? So if you're in Chris Stuckman's position, like Nate said, people were telling me on the show, oh, but how do you know that they're not gonna give him roles? Guys, this is a problem. All of you been living under a rock, people quite literally lose connections for retweeting stuff on Twitter, not actually giving their opinion, just retweeting it, so maybe their followers see it. These people are insanely petty in Hollywood. We know this. I mean, you literally been living under a rock. You can live under a rock all you want. I don't, okay? Like, if James Gunn just tomorrow on his Twitter account said I don't know, like fucking hell, make America great again, or he would say make DC great again, do people think he would still be working at Warner Brothers? Just really ask yourself that, and be honest with yourselves. If he said make DC movies great again, would he still be employed at DC? Probably not. That's just how that's just how it works, you know? Like, the reason why I said he didn't like Todd Phillips that much, from what I was speculating, he said Joker 2 was not a part of anything we're doing. And that would be literally assumable.
Which came out first?
Because Joker 2 was in 2024, and the DCU started in
No, which came
2024,
out first,
2025.
Flash or
Flash came out the year
Joker?
before Joker 2.
Okay.
But Andy Muschietti is the guy that is going to be directing the new Batman movie in the DCU. Now, keep in mind, he said that The Flash was the greatest super movie of all time. Now, to be fair, there's asterisks with that, but keep in mind. So he likes Andy Muschietti more than he does Todd Phillips, I would assume, based off of the working relationship they have, because he's literally working with James Gunn right now. And he said Todd Phillips' movie is not a part of anything you're doing. Also, Todd Phillips' movie wouldn't be a part of anything you're doing because it's literally not.
It would be Elseworlds.
I don't know why
it's
he
an
even said that, because
Elseworlds movie.
that's to be assumed that. I just don't get why James Gunn said that. It's like
he might have been being asked because a lot of everyone speculates. Like, are you going to make Joaquin Phoenix your Joker? Are you going to have the vampire kid Patterson be your Batman? So I mean, it could be something along those lines. It could be just how bad the press was. You didn't want to not tarnish your brand, but to worry the investors. It's like,
because
you don't want some investor to think that this movie, which is bombing across the board, is reflective of your what you're doing.
New movie universe coming,
because you have to remember, before Superman before the launch of it, there was not like a lot of enthusiasm. Like, they had a lot of damage to build up or to work from all of the stuff that happened during the Snyderverse. But I don't know why the whole, because you're right though, because it's like he went out of his way to praise the Flash, and he also praised Blue Beetle, but he didn't. He was kind of like, oh no, Joker.
He didn't praise Shazam 2.
Well, they made Shazam 2 part of the DCU. But he just didn't do it. Like they had an after credit scene on Shazam 2, I believe, that had characters from Peacemaker, the blonde chick, and then the bigger guy from there, and also Waller showed up in Black Adam. So I'm wondering, were they working on trying to bring those in, and then all of a sudden they decided not to? I don't know.
So Michael asks, my greater point of this is that these people are so insane that they would get rid of you if they perceive your words to basically be, I don't know, far right, conservative, So like, if people would be even entertaining the idea of getting rid of you from their political movement, or what is perceived to be their political movement, just based off the fact that you just said, make DC great again. Keep in mind, I'll just say this: J.K. Rowling was, let's say, kicked out of the leftist Democrat Party, whatever. Probably not. You can't really kick someone out. They want to vote Democrat, they can literally just do it. But people didn't view J.K. Rowling in the same light when she just said that there's just two genders and that men can't be women. That's it. That's all she said. Okay? Then that led people to completely go batshit insane. Those were just words said on Twitter. That's it. Okay? Like, I don't even have to be there to know that these people are absolutely insane. There was another kid, a kid recently, just another one, a kid who is now a more adult now, was on Stranger Things. The article is out. The headline from it was, he said when he was 13, Hollywood executives or people, I forgot which branch of Hollywood he said, was asking him if he was gay. Why are they asking a 13-year-old that? Like, that's just weird.
Because a lot of them are pedophiles.
Yeah, like, and I'm supposed to believe, and I'm supposed to just blindly believe these people don't have ulterior motives, that they don't have nepotism. I'm supposed to just believe that. No, you guys can believe whatever you want. I'm not believing that. Okay, I take situations for what they are, and I try to look at them differently. Like, yeah, I would hope in my heart of hearts that there are some good people there, and there probably are, but that's very few, far in between, based off of, I don't know, the quality of entertainment we've been getting the last, 5-6 years,
It's there's that absolute power corrupts absolutely, and it's been known on how the weirdos and creeps of Hollywood Even if you go back in history to the Roman days, what some of the
Yeah.
higher up level Romans were doing. So I mean, you have it all through history that people of power can get very sexually perverse, pedophilia. Pedophiles like to stick together. So if you have, pedophile elites, they're going to stick together with other pedophile elites. So they're going to have their little whisper networks and stuff along those lines. So
Like you have
I
some
mean,
people that'll come out and say some things that people agree with, but those are people that basically that this thing that we talked earlier about playing favorites. If that person is liked by those people, they can say those things because they're liked. But if it comes from someone they do not like, even though they're saying the correct thing, they would get less jobs. They would be probably ousted. That's what we're talking about here. Like Jenna Ortega at the very beginning part of this year. Do you remember when she said that women should just have their own shit? She literally basically said women should just have their own shit, and we should have our own kind of James Bond. We should have our own action movies. Keep in mind, women have these things, but she said just for the most part,
she didn't like the idea of
girl
of gender swapping characters. It's like,
yeah,
you could create your own version of James Bond that's a woman with original without having to just turn James Bond into Jane Bond.
yeah.
But
she wasn't called a basement dwelling incel for that.
Well, it's not as powerful as it was 5 years ago. The cancel culture is not as big, and people are now able to say more things and not get as canceled. It's still there, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. The people, the voices, the people who instantly attack you for not agreeing with them, they're not as strong as they used to be.
Yeah.
Like even Hollywood itself has been damn near, there are people talking about how Hollywood's damn near dead because everyone's making movies elsewhere. They're out of the studio system. Streaming and the social media has allowed people to make films out of the studio system and have them be super successful. So I think Sinners was one of those where there is more. So I think there's a part of that corruption, like the Weinsteins and stuff along those lines.
Yeah.
It's starting to die. Like Hollywood's died out because of that, and it's moving to other places. You're starting to see it
Weinstein,
move.
like you said. If all these people in Hollywood were apparently these great people that are just misunderstood, if Harvey Weinstein really did all those bad things everyone said he did, why didn't they say anything? It's like people want me to believe shit, and yes, that is kind of generalizing most people, but I believe it's a lot of them are fine with it because he was lining their pockets with movies that came out that did very well.
Well, that's the thing is the whole Hollywood casting couch.
I'm not saying every single person in Hollywood was fine with it. What I'm saying is they were very complacent and contempt with it. Nothing ever was done.
What was her name? She did the Hunger Game movies. Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence said that when she auditioned for the Hunger Games, she stood in line with like a 30 other girls, and they were all told to get naked so that way they could see how their bodies are if it'd be good for the role. A PG-13 role where she never gets naked.
Yeah. There's like one kiss in the entire movie. That's it.
They've made jokes about the Hollywood casting couch and how women can get Hollywood jobs. So it's been out there. It was one of the more it's one of those like kind of scandals that everyone knew about. Like no one was surprised when they heard what Weinstein did. I mean, we almost assumed that. I mean, it was so entrenched, and it's also so hypocritical when you see these movie stars coming out and talking about, we need to do this and that. And it's like when your industry is one of the most toxic towards women out there, and I've got some star who's participating in a system that literally degrades women and sexualizes them all the time, and they're telling me that I got to be better. It's ridiculous.
All that virtue signaling nonsense they do is absolutely annoying as fuck. Like Ben Affleck all these people benefited from Harvey Weinstein essentially allegedly being this bad of a person. I keep in mind, I'm not saying that they were fine with the actions being taken as far as like how like they're perceived. but they were fine with it as long as it was lining their pockets with a bunch of movies that they got a chance to do and all these roles they got. You know?
Well, and you couldn't do anything. Like if you came out and said something, they would just bury you, and the news wouldn't report about you, and you would just get buried. So you either played along with it, or you ended up.
Yeah, and these people want to morally lecture you about you should do better. Well, maybe when you were in that position, why didn't you just sacrifice everything and give everything up?
Yeah, like Leonardo DiCaprio will tell you about climate change as he loads up Victoria's Secret models into a private jet to fly over onto his private yacht and tool around there. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure, dude. You really care.
Yeah, Hollywood people want to call you misogynist, but I remember that story Jennifer Lawrence told where they had to get yes, we're misogynist. The people that make these movies made girls just get randomly naked.
You're making millions of dollars off an industry that does exactly what you're supposedly fighting against. Like you are literally like there is no logical reason on earth why the actress should get nude for a non-nude role.
Unless if you're doing porn, whatever, different industry, I guess. But if you're doing it for a regular action movie that's going to be a PG-13 related, what the fuck would that do? That's come on.
But they won't say anything because what's worse? They'll lose their roles.
And what's crazy is that's not even the worst part, dude. The worst part is people will straight up defend it and not defend that as an action. They'll tell you, well, because you're not in Hollywood, how would you know? God forbid. We actually not just research, hear what they say. Stuff there's multiple interviews of this. There's video interviews, a lot of them, and people talk about these things. So it's not just us making up things. This is what is said by a lot of people. Okay, so let's just say, did he do all the things that people said he didn't do? But that was okay. I get out of what's said, right?
Did he?
Did he not do? I'm just pointing out the fact that people that are fans don't want to believe it because I think people that are fans live in this La La Land world where just because they don't experience something, that means it just doesn't exist unless someone they like tells it to them. But it's like, how do you function in life like that? That's a stupid way of thinking in general. But people will literally be like, well, how would you know? You're not in Hollywood. There's people that literally try to go to Hollywood, get a part of it, and then come back with horror stories.
Yeah.
Or they say they never made it based off of whatever reason. Like a person was going to be given a movie, then randomly a week later, it's gone. Like, just what do you mean? What do you mean? We don't have to know. These are things you can look up yourself. They happen still to this day. Okay, we'll use another one. We'll use this right here. 2022, 2023. Will Smith got up on stage and just slapped Chris Rock. Just did for a joke. He assaulted someone for a joke. Okay? Now, if someone said, but MSK, Will Smith, he's a nice guy. Every time I've seen him, he's a nice guy. Yeah, that doesn't negate what he did. So I don't know, but does that a single incident make Will Smith a violent person? I don't know. I'm just saying the fact that that's a red flag and that is a very dangerous thing he just did, where he basically just said he himself right there shitted on comedy. But you can't tell a joke about my ex-wife or I'll just assault you. Like,
if you went up and slapped the cashier at Walmart, you're gonna go to jail. Like, yeah. he did it in front of millions of people and then gave him an award later.
You know what's crazy? You know what's even crazy about that Will Smith situation? They were going to arrest him. They were asked, do you want us to arrest this guy? Because he literally assaulted someone. That's California too.
They should have arrested his ass, not giving him a fucking award like 20 minutes afterwards.
I think it was pretty sure it was Chris Rock, or I'm pretty sure it was I forgot the committee that was holding the awards. It was either the committee or him that didn't want to press charges. Then, so why? Okay, so you don't press charges, sure, because that would cause a lot of backlash. Then people would accuse you of being racist for a black. You know how that works. If a black guy gets arrested or he's accused of anything, you're racist if you're the white guy that's doing it, right? Which is crazy because that was just straight up black on black crime. But whatever, right? It was a black guy that was the aggressor here. And then the Academy the next day goes out and like, we don't endorse violence. Yes, you do, because you didn't throw him out. Even if he was going to win, let's just say he was going to win for King Richard. Which I thought was a good movie. I liked King Richard. It was a good movie. I watched it. Okay, so he does. You know how this works, people? He doesn't get his award because he assaulted someone for telling a joke. The actual people who ran the event, said they don't endorse violence. violence, but then they just gave that guy an award when he just assaulted someone. So I don't have to know these people for me to know that some of these people are just absolutely full of shit and they're nepotistic, retarded bastards. Warner Brothers, let's use them for example. A bunch of these great DC animated shows just canceled. Why? Fuck if we know. We still don't know to this day why these great DC shows were canceled. You want to know why? They were doing better than their precious little live action movies. And the executives probably thought, man, why are these kids? They really love those damn cartoons, those little whippersnappers. Why don't they like our live action movies? Man, that Catwoman, that Superman 4, really upped the quality there.
There is some ego though with that producer stuff. I watched the WCW, like history of WCW, and Eric Bischoff on there said that the success of WCW really irritated some CEO executive types in Warner Brothers or Time Warner, and they did everything they could to kind of hurt the show. So there is something about that where it's like, do they get pissed off when the CW Superman is better than the Snyder Superman? Like, do they get pissed off about that? Like,
we know this. Let's use Bo DeMeo. Bo DeMeo was asked by someone on Twitter. Remember how we had that? I don't think you were here for that video. That was a Monday show. But the commenter asked him, was Kevin Feige like jealous of the reception X-Men 97 got? And from Bo DeMeo's point of view, he said yes. Yeah, because they were comparing the quality of the MCU recently to X-Men 97.
Did you hear Bo DeMeo said that they trashed his entire season 2 script?
Okay, so he said,
is that true?
So I've heard him say some conflicting things. Not untrue conflicting things. Conflicting as far as like, from what I heard, they kept most of it but retooled the ending of it, or they kept most of his vision that he said, but by season 3, it would be a completely different showrunner's vision, actually. That's what I've heard a few different conflicting things. I would believe they're going to keep most of his stuff for season 2, but the ending of it's going to be a little bit more different, honestly. Yeah. Oh, God. So, I'll shoot you a link when I'm home if you feel free to join. Oh, cloud chasing. Oh, God, bastard. Oh, Lord.
he's taking your viewers right out of the comment section.
It's like I'm not. Keep on, people got to understand. I'm not mad when we have these conversations here. I'm just pointing out that mindsets need to be a little bit adjusted.
Oh, I'm furious.
Okay, like man, there's another one. God damn it. Oh yeah, we'll use super. Like, keep in mind, why did they have Grant Gustin? This would be in the video too. Why did they have Grant Gustin cameo in The Flash? Why?
Yeah, well,
outside of anything, but literally beside, okay, let's use nepotism, which is the main thing. What is the real reason he wouldn't be there outside of scheduling conflicts, which may have been a thing because that was in the very middle to the end of The Flash season 9. Okay, so unless it was a scheduling conflict, or if he literally said he just didn't want to do it, what's the reason why he couldn't be there? They didn't even give him like an overview shot in the movie. He could have been like on a TV somewhere, running in a scene in the TV.
I wonder, with all of the chaos that was the filming of that movie, that it could have been an oversight. I mean, that movie went through a lot of changes, so that director might have been like just running around like with a chicken with his head cut off, because it's like all of the stuff that was coming in. And what's up, Savage Dad?
Yo.
All of the stuff coming in might have been just too much. It was an oversight, because he was in the Flash TV show, like during the Justice?
That was Greg Berlanti. Greg Berlanti made that happen. I'm pretty sure that was him that was running those shows.
I'm wondering if there was just so much going on that they might have overlooked it. I don't know. I don't agree with like the plot line anyways with all the berries. But I do. You think that even at one of those points you would have seen him even on, like, as they're going around the room and you're seeing the different verses start spilling in, one of them would have been him.
Yeah, so Greg Berlanti was the main overseer, I think, of a lot of those like CW shows, I think. Because I'm pretty sure I'll look up the Arrowverse right now. Yeah. Created by Greg Berlanti, Mark Guggenheim, Andrew Cassane. These main people I remember these credits like it was yesterday. Yeah, it's the thing is like let's see. Okay. So like when you see those, you see those body cam videos, like a black guy punching out a girl or some shit. Did I have to know that guy to know potentially he was a violent person? I
What
don't.
on earth are you talking about?
I,
We were just talking about Grant Gustin, and now you're talking about
black
assault.
yeah. So
focus. Back to comics.
yeah.
Over
So
here.
and the thing with Chris Stuckman, to tie my entire point into, is like, based off how I've seen Hollywood evolve and how I've seen them perceive criticism, or if they perceive it to be right wing, far right, conservative. I'll be honest here. If you want to kind of make it from his point of view, you just have to play the system, be as neutral as possible, and kind of just maybe change up how you're going to do content from now on. Because if someone from Hollywood sees those YouTube videos and they go, hey, man, dude, he was really shitting on this director's movie. Fuck that guy. He should get no roles. Then he just loses everything because someone just gets butthurt over some movie criticism. That's how sensitive people are. I'm not kidding with you. This happens in comic books. There was a few literally a few weeks ago. Do you remember that story about Valiant? There was a Bloodshot #1 relaunch from Valiant, and it was perceived anti-trans ideology dialogue in the book, and they had to refund the book. Perceived some what are we doing here? I just don't get it. All right, we're gonna do the video here in just a moment. I was watching the Lakers play, because if you guys have Prime Video, you can sometimes watch the live games. Tonight, Lakers are playing, and I want to check on the score really quickly before we go to the video. But no, as you guys know here, I love Gray, but I gave him that fat L Wednesday. It was amazing.
You're not capable of giving Gray an L in any situation on any topic, so we all know what happened.
Oh God! So you're a team Gray?
I was pretty much lost to Miss Sparkles. This conversation's kind of gone all over the place.
No, and keep in mind,
the Dodgers lost tonight. Oh wow, okay.
And even when Gray was on the show, Wednesday, I told him, hey, I agree with their criticism. I agree with what the director said. I think one of them was one of them said was MCU's like a roller coaster. Isn't it like every franchise in general? Every franchise is like that. If you just if that's the logic you go with, every franchise is the roller coaster. First movie's great, second movie's great, third one could be shit, fourth one shit, fifth one could be pretty good. It was just so odd that he chose that example when you could literally apply that to any franchise that has ever existed in anything media-wise, But Martin Scorsese, doesn't he just only make gangster movies?
Well, Scorsese makes all kinds of stuff. It's just, for a guy like Scorsese or for Ridley Scott, which when they consider their movies art, they don't consider Captain America art. They consider Captain America popcorn movie, a movie made with boom, bang, splash, explosions, and they don't consider girls. That. Yeah, they don't consider that to be their cinema art, if you will. So, and plus two, when you're given $100 million, you put in a movie, and then it bombs, and then you look over and Captain Marvel's making $1 billion, you get fucking bitter as shit. Because you're like, I'm Martin Scorsese. I brought you a movie with De Niro and, Pacino chewing up the scenery, and you guys didn't like it. Screw you all.
Yeah, I think another big problem comes with it is they have their way of looking at movies because they've made really great piece of entertainment. And they're seeing how movies are made now, and they're just not for it. That's fine too.
It's an
if you've seen the production of how an MCU movie's made, it's literally most of it's green screened, CGI'd in.
Yeah, if you if a painter of fine acrylic paintings looks at a comic book, they think it's trash. I look at a comic book and I see art. So it's all a matter of opinion too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh God. So as you guys are doing in the chat, how did I handle all these W's tonight? Just getting them and just holding them. I had to get a bunch of trophies right here and hold them when I'm doing the shows. But no, let me bring up what we're gonna cover in the video too. Let me see right now.
Get all that stuff prepped so we can get this done in one shot.
One whole shot.
This is the second show I've been on tonight.
Good Lord. Where did you go?
I was on the last panel with Laps Comics.
You went to a Clout Chasers show?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was fun too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Just rub it in. It's
We
cool.
actually stayed on topic and didn't go spinning off into some transphobic, woman-hating era
Oh, that's just
area.
W's for me. No, we're gonna have more and more focused topics coming up. It's just like I have to get these videos edited, so I can't pile on more stuff when the stuff I currently have isn't even edited and done. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I'm. But you guys don't believe me. It's okay. Warren doesn't believe me. It's all good.
Hey, it's not like you have a life or anything. Just get it done, man.
Yeah. So I want to have all these videos to do and release them in the order that I want to release them in. It gets a little crazy. That's why sometimes it's easier to just have a conversation most of the time on shows.
Yeah.
But that's just how it works. What,
Well,
Warren?
we've been gone here for almost an hour and we've been entertained as shit. At least I've been entertained.
See, that's what quality entertainment comes from me.
Hey, Sci-Fax, I'm down all the time.
I didn't agree to this. I'm literally the showrunner here. I am the Jeff Johns of this show. No one gets to go anywhere without my permission. No. L. Stop being in L's. Give me a second here. So
you gotta let Miss Sparkles on one of these times.
For those of you guys who don't know, coming up this, let me see my stream schedule. Because I usually talk about this at the end of the show. DK Bones is supposed to be coming on Monday, actually. So he should be coming on Monday. I think next week we're gonna have a comic book guy on. I think if everything goes according to plan, actually.
Another comic book guy? Ooh.
He's black, awesome, so I can't make my usual black people are trash jokes. God, I could potentially give I could potentially give him some pointers, actually.
Yeah. Professor Savage dead. No, I wasn't planning to. I mean, I got a gaming stream and I do a drawing show, but I haven't thought about doing any kind of comic panel show or along those lines. I'll jump on other ones, but I'm not going to do one myself.
Well, you simply just, I don't know. Talking about comic books with other people is much more fun than doing it alone. I would just say that. I
thought about doing like a review show myself, but picking one day and I would think about doing that, but at the same time, I can even do a regular gaming stream without taking a nap and missing it. So I got to get more consistent with just the drawing and gaming streams before I do anything fancy.
Oh God, I think it's Orange was like, hey, he set up an Arkham Origins Part 2 playthrough, and he didn't go through with it. He was like, man, I just went to go take a shower and beat off. I was like, all right, okay.
I fell asleep in my chair. It never happens. And I woke up like an old man, just like, oh wow, what day is this? What's going on?
Oh my God. So like, V, YGO Paisano, he messaged me back and he was like, yeah, brother, let me know when, because I was supposed to have V on for a third appearance. I need to get V on for a third appearance again. It's always great when I have V on. He always just rubs people the wrong way, and I love it. I've known V for so long. He just knows how to just get people going. I love it. Love my boy from Kentucky. Oh, God. So give me a second here. Okay. Savage Dad. That's okay. Stop it. L. What's up, Laps? How you doing, man?
What's up, Laps?
Okay, so what did fucking hell? Sci-Fax was something earlier about Applebee's. I had Chili's recently when I went and hung out with some friends a few weeks ago when we went to Frankenstein's. Chili's, unmatched. Got a fat burger and some fries and a drink for like, I think $15. It was pretty damn good. Like I had that whole burger in my mouth. Oh, I loved it. They had this, God, this kind of sauce was honey barbecued flavor, but it was like spicy. And I was almost sweating from eating this shit. It's like, they're like, it's not spicy, as I'm literally just fucking gasping for air, dying over there. It's all good. It's all good. Trying some Applebee's. Haven't been here in a minute, but happy hour sounded good. That's the thing. Always, I don't drink. So, drinking is kind of like for losers. So that's just not my kind of thing. But, like with smoking, also for losers, but just top G Riz Masters don't need to be doing all that shit, Oh, God. And, what's crazy? We are almost done with the year. And I wonder what was the people said when is the anniversary for this show? I'm being honest, I literally don't fucking remember, honestly. Oh, you know what's crazy, dude? I just remembered. I missed my YouTube 10-year anniversary. I first uploaded my first YouTube video when I had that channel, September 15th, 2015. When I realized it, we're in October. Mid-October. So what I'm gonna do, because I was like, okay, I might have forgot my YouTube anniversary, but what I'm gonna do is when it comes to my birthday, when I have my birthday stream, we'll celebrate that on that day too. So I think it'd be a nice little culmination of 10 years of MSK. WZ, I need you here. So what I need WZ to do you know how I don't know if you ever watched 2.5 Men? So like on YouTube, there's this 2.5 Men YouTube channel where the guy just does like the highlights of the show, best of season 1, 10 minutes of MSK being a Riz master. So I already got that. So WZ, I need you to go through season 1 and put out the best moments and highlights of season 1 of this show. Then season 2. Okay, could you please do that, for free? Obviously slave labor, because I'm not paying you, I'm black.
There's not going to be that many of them, WZ. So I imagine it can't be that.
What are you talking about? Dude, okay, so what's crazy? They've only counted this as one season. This many episodes. One season. Let me see right now. It says 2 years. No, it just counts as one season. What the fuck? Okay, so our first episode for this show was Saturday, September 21st, 2024. That was our first episode for this show. So next year, if me and Laps are still doing the show on Saturday, that's when we would celebrate the anniversary of this show. But I'll be celebrating my content creator anniversary on my birthday, the Saturday of. So we'll try and do something special for that day. I don't know. Maybe I bring home some. It's on December 6th this month. The next December this year. So we're gonna do something big. So maybe I invite some hot girls over. Maybe I bring home, some strippers, blow their backs out, put my whole face in their buttholes, just usual shit. Maybe I bring my ex and her sister back on a show.
Oh yeah.
God. But how was I'll be honest here? How in the world is this just one season? How?
Well,
it makes no sense.
You never went and told them it was season 2 started.
I can't do it. I don't have control over this. It's actually insane. Oh, also on they have to change this. This needs to be changed on IMDb. They have this episode name as 322 when it's 332. Actually, I wonder if I can actually change this shit. Oh my god.
Well, you're the one in control of it, aren't you?
The problem here is once you already ended, it's over. I think you're screwed. Now I just have a fucking show with an irrelated number like that. Sorry, irregular number. Weird.
It's gonna drive you nuts.
No, not necessarily. Maybe, if they fix it, they could easily just fix it. Or I think I could if I have an account.
Send them angry emails.
Yeah, this is all counted as one season. So when this year is over, that's when season 1 ends.
I still want to know how they got Kamala Harris as a guest on your show. She wouldn't even go on Rogan.
That's how I know I'm getting big in the industry. Kamala Harris came on the show when she wouldn't even go on Joe Rogan. Fucking insane.
We know Miss Sparkles. We just let him say that to make himself feel better. But we know he doesn't know any girls, let alone a number of hot girls, in order to invite them over.
Oh, you guys haven't seen nothing yet. You guys haven't seen me. You guys have not seen my full form yet. I haven't even close to tapping into my potential. Someone said add a plot. How do I add a plot? Well, what would the plot be of these shows? What are the plots?
Huh? There's a plot?
Yeah, there's a plot here.
The plot is watch as his guests try to keep him on topic as he veers towards the cliffside of transphobia and racism.
Good old buzzwords I love hearing. Give me a moment here, everyone. I'm trying to see if I can edit it. Because it's fine if it doesn't say that. It's fine.
Another thrilling episode of the MSK show as we watch him try to. No, we don't watch him. We watch his face as he tries to edit something on IMDb.
It won't let me do it. Be the
watch
first
his
to
expressions as he tries to work.
I can't even review it. I can't do anything. I'm not a director. It says director. It says director, writer, cast. There is no writers. We're all the writers. Oh God. Trans people also do not exist. That's just a gender confused weirdo, honestly. But don't worry, it's fine. It's so weird how like I was kind of wondering why was that just episode 322? It's whatever. It's fine. They've only counted okay, so it says most recent episode 332, but they've only counted up to 270. And they've only been adjusting. No episodes have been updated here. That's why I don't really look at this too often anymore. They don't really update anymore, honestly. L. If you're gonna change the page, change that recent episode fucking number to 332.
That's true. It could be worse, Savage Dad.
Yeah, change the recent episode. It's supposed to be 332, not 322. All right, MSK is 200 pounds of gay stuck in a... Oh, forget. Okay, all right. That's denial of the writers. We're all the writers! Good Lord. We're supposed to have a director. I'm the director. I make decisions around here. And that's how it works. Okay, so I need MSK's wisdom here. If a trans woman sticks their... That's Orange, that is homosexual. That's not what women do. Women. Okay, Orange. Women don't. Okay. Oh God. I have to apply? What? Just you figure it out. You do it. God damn it, man. She said I could do it, and it says I have to do it. How about fucking hell? Just you do it then. Why? If you can do it, why do you need me? God. So, fucking bullshit, man. Like, just holy fucking God. Orange, women don't do that. If someone did do that, that's a dude. Okay? Just pointing it out. Okay? Good Lord. But what if it's okay? Oh God. I'm just not even gonna entertain this. Orange is trying to troll me so hard. Fucking insane, dude. Alright. God me. Okay. That's everyone's just being a degenerate. Golly, man. This is who I have for an audience. A bunch of clout chasing degenerate weirdos. It's great.
You have the best audience. You have a great audience. They're active. They're talking. It's great. You got to be nicer to your audience.
I hate all you people. Cyfax and I are going to smash. Well, cool. Just send us a video of it so we can analyze his strokes.
Check his form and technique. Oh, good show. Jolly good, Cyfax.
Where'd the European come out of that? Yes, sir. Bottle up the vagina.
Of course, sir.
Yes, your strokes are masterful, sire. God. But no, if the episode doesn't edit, it should edit, but it's fine. Oh, I think I'll see this right now. I think that's on my end. I think if I go to the main channel, I think if I change it over here, it should be good. Did I do it? I did do it. So it probably just will update over there in a couple days. Who the fuck knows? And if it doesn't, maybe I might have sex with a few women, actually.
Probably not.
All right. You ready for a
What?
A banger?
Oh, yeah. Am I supposed to finish that? Banger. There you go.
I hate life. Oh, also, let's not forget Ethan Van Sciver. Before we go to the video, last thing I'll say. Ethan Van Sciver said, he was like, Indiegogo didn't kick us off or some bullshit like that. He was like, I'm gonna just create my own website and I'll be the first to do it, which is automatically a lie. Plenty of people in the indie comic book scene have their own websites. Quite not a lot, but a good amount of them do, right? And he says, I hope Eric July doesn't copy me. Eric July had his own website when he was just a YouTuber. It was called ericjuly.com. And Rippaverse has had its own website since the company began. When even before they did the revamp to the website.
It's almost like EVS says stupid shit because he knows everyone that hates him will start clicking and reposting and saying stuff and giving him much more distance and clout and travel.
I think at this point he believes the lies he says. I think he's in it so deep, where it's just he just believes the lies he says. Because no one would say these things willingly. Like if Eric July was objectively right about something, do you think he would say he's right? Like if Eric July was right about something, like what he was saying was factually provably true, do you think EVS would say he was true? Probably not. There's no way. I think he always has to be anti anything Rippaverse at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean Eric July could start shitting out cures for AIDS out of his asshole, and Comicsgate would make fun of him for it. I mean, let's just be serious.
I can't believe the last thing Orange said. What if a woman just went and stuck? Okay, first of all, that's sexual assault. That person will go to jail. Second of all, women just don't do that. Women just don't go around sticking their cocks in people's mouths because those aren't women. Okay.
Oh.
God. All right. Okay, enough of Orange Avengers trolling. Let's get this one video done. Oh, God. So, let's have some fun. Hey, everyone. I am MSK, a.k.a. Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you've not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way, you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Andy Muschietti defends the DCEU disaster movie, The Flash. So, the Flash movie that came out back in 2023 was in production hell forever. I'm being completely honest here. That movie had been in production hell forever. And it got a lot of traction around when I would say the time frame in which Green Lantern came out, like early 2010, 2011, where they were talking seriously about like hiring more directors and writers for it. And then come time around when the Flash TV show started, they had said, hey, this movie is fully going into production with Ezra Miller to star, and we got this director, that writer, right? Then what ended up happening is that the Flash movie ended up coming out in 2023, the same year as the final season of the Flash TV show that was on the CW, right? So during this time frame, right, a bunch of writers and directors just left the project entirely because of creative differences with executives, producers. They had conflicts on what they wanted the plot to be, what they wanted it to be about, right? And obviously the Ezra Miller situation adds another layer to it. So Ezra Miller, he portrayed the Flash in the Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder Justice League movies, right? And his performance, I'll be honest, it's terrible. It was garbage, and no one liked it. Like only from just me. The only people that liked it were literally just Snyder fans, because everyone else with any sensible brain didn't like that shit. He was weird and stupid and kind of just corny and too soy boyish. I was like, Barry soy boy loser. Oh God, well fuck me, right? That's the Flash we get, right? You know, I just didn't really think he acted like Barry all that much. You know, like I was really just fine with Grant Gustin's portrayal of the character. I think it was fine. Grant also wanted to dye his hair blonde, but the producers, I think, said he couldn't do it for whatever reason, honestly, because producers are known for their great fucking ideas these days, right? So Ezra Miller, that video that came out of him choking that girl, the fact that he even got a chance to be in the movie is crazy. Remember that video that came out before like COVID became a thing, where he was like You wanna run it? You wanna run it? And he just choked the girl and just slammed her to the ground. Let's be honest here. If he wasn't a they them pronoun weirdo, that guy wouldn't have a job anymore.
Well, look at
imagine if that was me or you in that scenario. We just choke slammed a bitch at the ground.
I remember Ezra Miller was in the Harry Potter spinoff, the Wonderful Beast book or movie.
It was a Fantastical Beast. Yeah, he wasn't that.
Yeah, Fantastical Beast movie. And so was Johnny Depp. So Johnny Depp gets accused, no evidence, just accused.
Yes.
And they take him off of the Fantastic Beast. Ezra Miller is choke slamming bitches, and they don't take him off.
Like on video, not allegedly. On video.
On video. You know, like even when Flash was going to coming out, he was like kidnapping people and waving guns around. It's like Johnny Depp just gets accused, and they take him off of like 6 IPs that he essentially helped create. And then all with Ezra Miller, they're just like he's like trying to get kicked off, and they won't do it. They just keep putting him in new movies and everything. It's like he's choke slamming fans. He had a problem with alcoholism. He's pointing guns at random people at hotels.
Oh, the big one. Remember the alcohol situation with the kids? Apparently that wasn't what people thought it was, but maybe the media just made it out to be bad. Remember the one with that girl where apparently he coerced that girl, or what was that thing? It's that word that grooming. Apparently he groomed that girl, the Hawaiian girl, to leave her family, some shit like that. And she made this like video on social media saying Ezra Miller didn't do anything to me. Literally sounded like he was just holding that camera there, being like, with a gun to her head, making her make that video.
Just Ezra Miller.
You guys remember SSJK.Sanctum? Go on his YouTube channel. His highest view video was that girl sitting in that room. You know Ezra's holding the camera with her basically with a gun to her head telling the situation. The other one that was really bad. Remember when that was all going down? The Hawaiian family he was staying with, he went into their room. This is police reported, documented. Went into the room, threatened to murder them, and took their social security cards. I'm pretty sure you can't do that anywhere. That would get you that's like a major felony in 2 different counts, right? So this guy is sitting here telling he's going to murder people, stealing social security cards, grooming girls, and assaulting women. And this guy still got the movie. He still got it. That's just crazy to me. That's just stuff we just remember right now. That's probably more we're probably not remembering in that time frame too. So all of these Ezra Miller shenanigans just pretty much caused Warner Brothers to constantly keep delaying the movie. Now, what I really fault the Flash movie on is a lot of things. So we'll just use Grant Gustin's portrayal, for example. We can just compare the two. Why is the Flash season 1 liked over this movie? So if I were to just compare the first season of the Flash just to this movie. So I know the Flash TV show gets weaker with the later seasons, right? In my opinion, the Flash TV show's best seasons are seasons 1, 2. I like 5 is my third best. That's my own personal opinion. A little disagreeable people, but it's fine. And season 3. Those are the 4 best seasons to me, right? Now, why was that show liked? Because you had interesting character dynamics. It was fun. Then you also had the Reverse Flash, Tom Cavanaugh, who really, really, really portrayed a great Reverse Flash. The dynamic, the tension, the situation with Joe and Barry. Iris wasn't a completely worthless fucking retard in the first season. She was somewhat useful. She was like an actual character the first 2 seasons, right? I didn't like the race swapping, but CW was known for that, so whatever, you know. Also this, Warner Brothers set their Flash character up to fail. And we'll go into the movie now. This movie is bad, okay? First of all, it does that thing of like, oh, I conveniently have to lose my powers randomly, even though he knows exactly what was going to happen, and he still just chose to willingly lose his powers just because fucking plot reasons, right? So Michael Keaton phoned in performance. I don't think he really tried, honestly. Sasha Kal-El, Supergirl, awful, just boring, just a dude. She literally had a dude portrayal of Henry Cavill's Man of Steel, Superman. To me personally, that's how I felt about her performance at the time. So, the movie has really shitty writing. Like literally, remember the movie, dude. Like when they said that his dad did X thing, and there's cameras to prove that he wasn't there. that he did it, right? Yeah. So for what I remember, they said his dad killed his mom, and you would obviously have Reverse Flash in the movie, but they did it because this movie's written like pure shit. This movie's written like, right? So they said Barry's dad killed his mom. It was he literally wasn't there. He quite factually was not there at all during that time frame. And keep in mind, if Barry saw his dad kill their mom, he would just say, hey, my dad killed my mom. And it would be proven because they took DNA evidence of this, right? So, first of all, how could his dad have done it if he quite literally wasn't there? Do you know why the TV show did it better? His dad was there at the house. So, if people said the dad killed the mom, that would be more believable, right? Because the dad was there. Literally wasn't there physically. So, how the fuck did he end up killing his mom? What kind of police were running that police precinct? Absolute horrible writing. My brain melted. Seeing, I was like, wow, this is a pile of shit. Can't believe this movie would fucking do well at the box office. It didn't. The movie fucking completely failed, right? So, like, and the time traveling. Apparently, remember how they messed up and Michael Keaton's Batman died in the movie? Then they fail 50 times. They can't actually figure out how to stop Zod when they have
it's a what they called it. Did they call it a nexus point? It was essentially a point in time that cannot be changed. So no matter what they did, it was no matter what they did, it would always end up the same. Zod winning. And that was part of the conflict that young, well, we'll call him young Barry had over the young Ezra had over the more mature Ezra, was that he couldn't figure out how to stop something that could not be stopped. So then he eventually turns into Dark Flash. I believe they call him
another
Dark
stupid
Flash.
thing. There's no villain in this movie. There was no villain. Literally, you see him like once when Barry was trying to run back in time to see his mom or whatever and change an outcome or whatever. So there's no villain. They could have using Reverse Flash solves the villain problem, because you could also have him come out and obviously, do whatever you needed to do, and that would have been a better explanation for what was going on. Now, keep in mind, they could have also written this character like shit, but it would fix one aspect of the movie because there's no villain. There's no villain in the movie. There just isn't. Also, the timeline's very fucking weird because they go to like the Man of Steel time frame in the DCEU, but it's not the same because Henry Cavill Superman is dead, and it's like, what is going on? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, things just don't be making sense in the movie, right? Then the Dark Flash was just a Barry that failed too many times. All right. Keep in mind, they failed that many times where he mentally went insane and became evil. Also, how did that Dark Flash affect the time? Awful fucking movie. Just a piece of literal shit. CGI, terrible. CGI was absolute ass. And I usually don't criticize CGI. It's usually not that big of a problem for me. But this movie CGI was absolutely atrocious. Horrible.
Well, it was rushed, and it was unfinished. But of course, this movie got rewritten, changed, moved around
many times. It wasn't just a few times. It's been decades.
Many times. So I don't even blame the director. Like, I don't blame him. Like, I'm not going to judge him for his Batman movie, because this movie was such an out of his hands train wreck that I can't hold that against him. Like, it's like the fact that you got a movie made actually scores you some points, because this sounded like the biggest clusterfuck behind the scenes, and your star is choke slamming bitches and pointing guns at people. I mean, it just had to have been like, I don't even blame him for sticking up for it. Like, a studio gave you money, and you want that studio to give you more money for future films. So the last thing you want to do is to trash what the last time you did when you took money from them, so I don't even blame him on that. But it is kind of like, you don't really have to say that, dude. Like, just to pretend it never happened.
Yeah, the things that I rag him for. Well, the things that I rag him for are the stupid comments that he made about this movie. Because this is a video we did about this movie when we had Darnell on this show, and it was someone. I think it was when Darnell was on the show with Godfield at one time. The video's already on the channel, he made a quote where he said the reason why it failed was because not enough women went to go see it, and it's like, and he's like, the Flash is not that big of a character. Just okay. So two things about that. One, women aren't the target audience for this, so that wasn't going to be a big demographic for the movie to work anyway, right? People understand there's target demographics for these kind of movies. Women was not going to care. Women don't care about this character because they're not interested in superheroes like that. That's just what it is. You need dudes to go support this, right? Second of all, the Flash not popular? I mean, I'll just say this. The character had... keep in mind, if this movie's not popular, or not the movie, if the Flash is not a popular character, just humor these out. Why was this movie always bounced around in production hell for years then? If it was unpopular to do the character, why was it this hard to get it come to the screen?
Why did the CW show have fans if it wasn't a popular character? There was enough people watching the CW show to keep it going for what, 9 seasons or 8 or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there was people there. It's just
people like the Flash
bad movie. I mean,
the movie's just not good.
And I mean, they didn't even... They did a terrible job. Like, with the way they did the Speedster in Eternals was so much better than anything Ezra Miller's Flash did. Like, they did a really terrible job. Like, that entire opening scene of the movie where it's essentially just a Batman movie, where they could have done so much stuff with the Speed Force in that section.
Oh my God, thank you, Batman. Another thing, what was that Batman suit he was wearing? What was that?
I don't know. It kind of looked like what you wear underneath the armor.
No, that's the hockey pad. That's the hockey pad shit in the Dark Knight. Yeah. I'm not wearing hockey pad. That literally
we spent all the budget on the babies.
Ezra Miller is like saving, oh God. And keep in mind, Ben Affleck's Batman in the that was bad. Ben Affleck's Batman was just, it's first of all, the suit was so ugly, and keep in mind, I don't mind if Batman's humor is very different from all the other characters, right? But when Wonder Woman has him on the lasso of truth, he's like, oh, I'm just like this because I'm too egotistical. It's like, what the fuck? It sounded so off. Like, Ben Affleck, the reason why he was even in the movie is because he had one more appearance in the DCEU on his contract. He was contract for 3 appearances. It was BVS, Justice League, and he had one more appearance on his contract anyway. I think he just used it on that. And he's got the bag and left because there was no reason to be a part of this. Also, this movie was originally called Flashpoint, and it wasn't going to turn out good from a Flashpoint movie point of view because Ray Fisher was Cyborg, wasn't going to be in the movie because of things he didn't like about Walter Amada that he never really ever fully explained properly. They were going to have the Wonder Woman Aquaman dynamic, right? They weren't going to have the Thomas Wayne aspect with Flash. Every aspect that was good about Flashpoint was going to be this movie. And they changed it from Flashpoint to the Flash because they knew at some point.
Well, there was at one point where they even filmed the scenes when the Flash gets back after the movie. It was going to be Keaton was the Batman that showed up, and then Keaton was going to become almost like the Nick Fury, because they wanted to do, before James Gunn came on, their plan was to do a Flashpoint reboot, so then that way they can start over from and take what they like from the Snyderverse and bring it over into their new reboot. We probably would have seen another Superman movie, stuff along those lines. But when the Gunverse came over, then it was switched up and it was Clooney. And then it was, at that point it was like, well, we're not going to go anywhere with this anyway. So whatever, whatevs. So it just turned into like, they could have done so much. Instead of Michael Keaton, just casted the guy who played Negan, who played Thomas Wayne in the Snyder Batman v Superman when he showed the death. They should have just had him. They could have had a Thomas Wayne. They could have played around with some cool stuff. The Cyborg kid, he got finned, so he was just completely done with the DCEU after how he was treated in Justice League. He was just done with it. They did him terrible. And you could see with the Snyder Cut why he was pissed, because he was the heart and soul of the movie, and they gutted his time down.
I think he just used Josh Whedon as a scapegoat. I think it was something else that was They never really said what happened. I think it was another person he was kind of covering up for, but that's just my speculation.
I think he was attacking the studios. I don't even know if it was Whedon as much as it was like Warner Brothers.
And Josh Whedon, I don't know why he took
like
that.
how Finn hates Lucasfilm. Like the kid who played Finn, I forgot his name from Star Wars.
Oh, John Boyega.
John Boyega is pissed off at Lucasfilms and Disney for how they treated him. So and treated his character.
Oh,
it was kind of the same with that kid.
Like you said, this movie was guaranteed not gonna work as far as like getting any money back, because this movie came out literally, I think it was so it came out at that weird middle frame of the year where James Gunn had already said this universe is not canon. He already said it wasn't canon. So this movie, they should have just had this movie come out to end off the universe instead of Aquaman 2. I also want to just point out here to people that need to understand this, though. These movies, if you discount Aquaman, every one of these movies after Aquaman had diminishing returns. I'm talking like they went and literally made less and less money. To the point where they were just flopping just based off of, if you look at budget, marketing, what they made worldwide at the box office. These movies, this franchise had already lost steam ages ago, and it's just no wonder why they didn't cancel it second movie in, honestly. I was kind of wondering, they canceled Green Lantern to build the cinematic universe after one movie not doing well, yet they let this franchise go like 20. It's like, God damn. All right, so we're going to cover what Andy Muschietti said for recent comments, actually. DCEU Batman director defends Ezra Miller's controversial The Flash movie. It has been more than 2 years since The Flash movie from Warner Brothers gave Barry Allen his cinematic solo adventure in the DCEU franchise. While the universe that began with 2013's Man of Steel came to an end in 2023, the Scarlet Speedster's installment ended up as one of the biggest failures of that continuity. Yep. I mean, okay. I'll say this. The best movies in that universe to me is the first Shazam movie and the Suicide Squad. I'm pretty sure that's counted for that universe, right?
Yeah. And then you're talking the second Suicide Squad?
Yeah, and then it would be Wonder Woman. That's it.
I thought the Wonder Woman ending wasn't great, but up until then, I really liked the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
I also liked the first Aquaman. I thought it was a great fun. That's a fun movie.
Yeah. Outside of those four movies, Man of Steel, it's just it's one of those BVS is.
I got a love and hate for Man of Steel.
Yeah, same here.
I like the director's. No, I don't like the director's cut. The director's cut of Batman v Superman's better, but it doesn't fix all the flaws of the movie. There was stuff I wanted to like about the Snyderverse, but then there's just so much that I didn't like. So much story decisions.
I don't know what's a worse movie, Birds of Prey or The Flash. I honestly couldn't tell you. They're both bad. They're both fucking awful.
I'd rather watch The Flash.
Probably, but then you're thinking to yourself, like, damn, I have to watch this.
Because I get to see Michael Keaton Batman kick Russian guys' ass. So I mean, I'll watch that.
However, despite its box office results and negative reception, the Flash director Andy Muschietti still stands by his film, as the filmmaker discussed the DC entry with the playlist in a new interview, with Miller's public controversies also taking a lot of attention leading up to the film's release. Muschietti made it clear that they didn't let that be a distraction. But this is the thing, is that most people thought that if they went and supported this movie, they will be supporting Ezra Miller. And technically that is true. If you go and support the movie, that doesn't mean technically you did support him. But people just didn't want to go support Ezra Miller based off what he did. But I also think it's the other aspect of these movies had already been losing people. People had given up on this franchise, I think, pretty much after 2016. You had BVS and that studio cut of squad of whatever the fuck it was, right? People had already given up on the universe, and Justice League was the final nail in the coffin for that. Wonder Woman was like the lone bright spot in those first 5 movies. I think it's a combination of two things. People really just gave up on the franchise, and Ezra Miller's shit was just an extra added icing on the cake for it. But what he said, and I quote, "No, we just moved on and understood that sometimes there's a headwind and a project that you dedicated a lot of work to," he stated, and also addressed his thoughts on the reactions to The Flash. And we're very proud of it. I think it's a good movie. To be fair, guys, he has to say that. He didn't direct it and go, man, this is a fucking pile of shit.
I don't blame him for being all like, yeah, guys, I made a pile of shit.
I just made a complete pile of shit. Can't believe you fucking losers supported that. But keep in mind, that's a joke. No one did. He added, while also commenting on a lot of people did not see it.
Yeah, because it was sucked.
Yeah.
And they were told by all their friends who went and saw it the first day, don't watch it.
I told you. Now, keep in mind, this is what I do. I don't speak for everyone. I'm speaking for myself in this specific instance, right? I said I don't like the movie. I think it sucks. Now, if you went and saw it for yourself and you said you liked it, cool. But word of mouth matters so much for movies now. This movie's reception was ass. The word of mouth was terrible.
When the normies need to know about a nerdy movie, they tap their nerd friend, and their nerd friend's all like, "No, it sucked," and then they don't watch it. Then the normies don't go watch it because they hear it sucks.
Oh God, yeah, a lot of people. Andy, we know a lot of people didn't see it. It fucking flopped. Like it flopped so bad. I think it lost like $100 million. Oh God, Muschietti continued. But you know how things are these days. People don't see things, but they like to talk shit about it. Okay, I can give a little bit of credence there. There are people out there that don't watch shit and will just talk shit about it. But that's just how people are. You know, a lot of people are like that. I specifically do not speak about things that I haven't, consumed myself. But that's how it works for people.
Well, I will say the only problem I have with this so far with this interview is that you'll never be able to mature to get better as an artist if you can't see when you do something wrong. And when he starts getting into the excuses territory where it's like, oh, they were just review bombing it, and the reason why no one watched it is because they just bandwagon jumped. It's like, no, you made a shitty movie, dude. And and sorry from that. On top of that, your main actor was doing all sorts of crazy shit.
Also, keep in mind, he's the main person who casted that Supergirl, who was not good. She was a nothing character. Like
people were not excited about the movie. We knew the universe was over. It was like Aquaman 2. Even though Aquaman 2 wasn't that good, it's still, though, it was like, this is a movie in a dead universe. So what, no, I don't care anymore because everything that happens doesn't happen. Doesn't matter anymore.
And they like to jump on bandwagons. He added how they don't really know. People are angry for reasons that are unrelated to these things. I don't know. Honestly, people were mad that Ezra Miller didn't get fired for obvious shit that other people would have gotten fired for. Let's just recap what he did. Threatened to murder a couple that allowed him to stay at their house, stole their social security cards, attacked people in bars, threw a chair at a woman where it cut her on the head. Remember that one?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then groomed a girl. Okay.
He sounds like a hoot at the party.
And then just choked a bitch to the ground. Okay. Then other people, anyone who would have did that, not him, would be out of the whole industry. And what's crazy is we would agree. Someone that insane probably shouldn't be around people at all. They're literally unstable.
Yeah. And that kind of favoritism can really sour public opinion, where the public's all like, why the hell isn't he going to, it can really sour some moods on people.
However, the IT director also acknowledged that Miller's actions in real life had an impact on the project. Quote, "Of course, we had a publicity crisis with Ezra Miller. That is undeniable. And I'm not questioning that. Regardless, he still champions the Flash movie. But yeah, we love the movie, and actually, we really recommend it." Oh, God. And we had another quote right here, which was, "This may seem immaterial now. This may seem immaterial now, but we also had so much support from the studio, really, at a point where they could have been like, backing out because of all the issues we were having with publicity, with publicity, and they went all in, and we went all in. And again, we love the movie. We know we gave it our blood, sweat, and tears all the way to the end. And I watched it like a week ago and loved it again. Andy, I don't know if you know what bias is, but that's what bias would be. Keep in mind, everyone's biased. If he said he worked this
even
hard in
if
the
he
movie,
looks at it and says it's terrible, he's not going to say that in an interview.
oh,
So
of
I
course
mean,
not. Yeah.
I don't knock the guy. I mean, he's being professional.
Oh God. Oh God. The Flash film, which also starred Michael Keaton as Batman, Sasha Calle, Supergirl, and with Ben Affleck's final appearance as his version of the Dark Knight in the DCEU movie timeline, grossed $271.4 million at the worldwide box office, based on a budget of over $200 million. Oh, nobody, absolutely nobody, random retard, MSK, but that movie made profit. You guys want to tell me that movie made profit? Because it made $200 million box office wise? But it made more money than its budget. If you actually think that, you're fucking retarded, and your mom should have swallowed you. That's what it is, okay? Nobody, absolutely nobody. MSK, but Flash made profit. You just don't know. No, they did not. It actually fucking, not to make profit. It didn't break even. It completely fucking failed. Actually, reports came out that said this movie needed to break even at $700 million. Then Universal's new Fast and Furious movie came out the same, I think the year later or the same year. And Universal wants me to believe that their Fast and Furious movie, with triple the budget this movie is, and it made $704 million box office wise. You want to tell me that Fast 10 movie was profitable? Who believe, if you're a retard if you don't understand how this works, okay? I'm going to reiterate it one more time. This movie needed to make $700 million from what Variety had said to break even. That's not profit. That's just...
Well, no one said it was profitable. They didn't say that in the article.
And then Universal wants us to believe that Fast 10 was $100 million more added to the budget, and it made $700 million, that movie was profit. These people are lying out their ass to save face. However, Muschietti is not done with the DC genre. The Welcome to Derry creator is set to direct the Brave and the Bold movie in James Gunn's DC universe, which will bring Batman into the new superhero franchise for DC Studios. However, no release date is set yet, as the project is still being written. As far as the fastest man alive in the DCU is concerned, DC Studio has no plans yet for the iconic hero in Gunn's reboot. The Flash movie is available through streaming and home media. I know I'm buying that garbage. If you buy that, that's actually just literally throwing money into a fire pit. So I'd actually recommend not buying that. Go and buy, I don't know, go to McDonald's and buy a large fry with 20-piece chicken McNugget meal and a large caramel frappe. All the money you spent on that trash could be spent on that. Just pointing out, But Lunchbox Warren, what are your final thoughts and opinions on Andy Muschietti defending this absolute pile of trash of a movie? This movie's bad. I'm sorry, I'm not just being mean here. The movie actually sucks.
I don't blame him. He's a professional. If you're a part of the movie, even if you know in your heart that it sucks, you're gonna defend it. Especially when the studio, you want to keep working for the studio, and the last thing you want to do is start trashing them.
They got to toe the line. They have to.
Well, yeah, I mean, he can't go through and say, well, the Warner Brothers execs screwed me over, and then this people screwed me over, and this is the reason why the movie sucks. Nah, he just he does what he's supposed to, gets his, and he's professional about it. The movie, I saw potential in it. It looked rushed. And it looked unfinished, and it was a little cluttered with extra characters that it didn't need. But yeah, overall, it was a terrible movie, and he's just doing his professional director thing. I mean, nothing to see here, kids. I do think he needs to stay away from the excuse making. Don't even entertain that shit. It's just like, it didn't work, dude. Just move on.
Yeah, and he's gonna get asked about the Flash movie forever because it was such a big controversy at the time. It's just, I think the movie was gonna fail regardless of Ezra Miller because of just the actual reception of that universe was so bad. It was so disjointed, so awful. They could have put out fucking the best movie ever. No one was gonna go watch that.
Well, that was another thing too. Is like we didn't have any other like like the movie. If the movie went around establishing the Flash even like more, it wouldn't have worked because the universe was ending, so no one cared. Like
Yeah, and before
nothing
that,
happened in the movie meant anything.
yeah, but the universe wasn't really liked anyway. At that point, people were like, "Can this please?" People would literally want that shit to be over years.
Oh yeah, that train wreck. This was like this was the last car of a big train wreck, and we've already seen the carnage and destruction, and it was just kind of watching the last car fall off the track, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right though. I mean, how many movies were canceled because of like Ben Affleck's alcoholism and all the other crap that was going on?
Dude, they literally stopped their own solo Batman DCEU movie because Ben Affleck was asked multiple times when he was going through that
he was going through a nasty divorce, I believe, and he also had
like, those alcohol problems, right?
Yeah, he has problems with alcohol. So then they didn't really, and plus the whole thing was going off the rails anyways because the Justice League movie did terrible.
Yeah.
So they had this whole thing set up, and they even had a script. It was going to involve.
Remember they showed like a little mini trailer for Deathstroke for his movie. Yeah. And he finally said, "Hey, I'm not gonna do the solo Batman movie for the DCEU." That's when they got Matt Reeves to do his Batman movie because they're waiting on his answer, and he said, "No, I'm not gonna do it." And I just didn't think he was gonna waste his last DCEU appearance on that Batman movie because it was just not. First of all, it just wasn't the right time, and he's talked at length about how much he didn't like the process of it. So he wasn't gonna go do a full solo movie with people that he apparently.
It's sad too because he's a great director.
He is,
and I would have liked to seen what he could have done with Batman. I would have liked to see that.
Yeah, but the Flash movie stinks balls, sucks ass, and who knows if James Gunn is going to do better? Because, hey, with this imminent Warner Brothers buy, the sky's the limit on our boy James Gunn. Honestly, who knows what's going to happen over there? But no, in all seriousness, the Flash movie stinks for a lot of different reasons. Major one I didn't like was just the Reverse Flash thing. Why is he not in the movie? Makes no sense. Doesn't even make sense logically. But, the movie was written by Christina Hodson, someone else who wrote Birds of Prey, the peak of superhero cinema. So, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you've not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. Oh, God, man. Perfect. Entertainment, topic, quality. That's how it works around here.
I do provide that. You're welcome.
Oh, God. The Lakers won tonight. I was a little happy about that. It was kind of a sloppy win, but toward the end got way better, honestly.
On a scale of 1 to 10, WZ, around a 2.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't know if reverse. I mean, I'm kind of glad they didn't because then we didn't get Reverse Flash ruined in a movie that didn't mean anything. So, I would have liked to see Reverse Flash built up to be a really good villain,
Oh, I think Elon Musk was like, "Hey, we're gonna fix the Twitter algorithm." That's good. I'll be honest here. He needs to fix streaming on X. Streaming on X is just worthless.
What's he gonna do different with the algorithm?
He didn't say anything. He just put a tweet out earlier this morning when I woke up. He was just like, "Hey, we know the problems with the algorithm. We're gonna fix it." Okay. Oh, this person messaged me today randomly. Just
randomly.
Random. He was like, Gilbert with 8 followers, definitely a bot. He has Man Ray as his profile picture. He says, "Genuinely, are you a retard? Would love to know because you seem retarded." Then he blocked me before I could reply to this pussy ass bitch.
Did you say something horribly misogynistic on one of his friends' tweets or something?
I don't even know. I don't know. I don't interact with people who have SpongeBob profile pictures. You seem like a...
What I did notice, though, is you didn't answer the question. Are you?
I couldn't. He did a pussy block beforehand.
Well, I mean, you're not denying it though. Like not right now. You're not.
Oh my God. No, I couldn't reply to him because he blocked. He couldn't take the heat.
Yeah, but you're not denying it now. Like you're not telling everybody like, hey guys, I'm not mentally handicapped.
That's literally what girls do. So I could be like,
you're deflecting.
Okay,
So all of this makes me think you're mentally handicapped.
I was gonna tie it in. So like guys can assess what someone's saying without it being said, right? So when if I say most girls are retarded and a girl in the group goes, but I'm not a retard, like common sense, dumb fuck. Like, yeah, I know. I'm not saying I didn't say you. I'm not saying like you specifically. You know, it's like, hey, if I'm retarded, why are you DMing me? That's more of a joke on you than me. You know, fucking retards, dude. Fucking dumb fucks out there. His mom probably ate his asshole and he probably fucked her in raw or some shit tonight. That's the only fucking vagina he's getting is his own mom, so it's okay.
Tell us how you truly feel.
I know these guys have sex with their own mom. I know they do. Ain't no girl touching these fools. If you're having sex with your own mom, please seek help. Do not have sex with your mom. Please don't do that. Or hey, who knows? They might be gay. They might have gay incest and they might let their dad fuck them in the ass. Who knows? Oh my God. WZ. All right, WZ. I need a highlight reel. I need best moments of season 1 of the MSK show, part 1. And how many parts you can get out of it. Thank you for the free labor. I need you to do best moments of season 1. Best put MSK being a top G Riz Master or a farmer for 20 minutes and 22 seconds straight. Okay. So we need best moments of the MSK show, season 1, and we need MSK's best moments and we need to meet MSK being MSK for 15 minutes straight. Well, that took a turn. Herman, what's up, buddy? Been a long time, man. We should probably do I have to have you on did I have you on the show before? I think I did. Last time I had you on the show, I forgot the episode appearance you had a one-on-one in. Oh my God. The Law Esports is on. Fly Quest versus playing CFO. We're going to wrap it up here in just a moment. I'm going to go watch some quality. Yeah, I have to remember what's the last time I had you on? I don't remember. Also, I will be having more episodes of the Spectacular MSK. I'm going to start pumping that content out very, very soon as well. Don't worry, guys.
Spectacular MSK.
It's not said gay, honestly. I don't know why you guys are like this.
Check me out my Spectacular MSK show.
Last time Herman was on, let me see.
Herman says it was a while ago.
A while is an understatement. The last time you were on was episode 26. We're gonna be done with 335 tonight. So yeah, I'll hit you up and we'll just work another day out to get you back on the show. But it's been a while, man. Hope you've been doing pretty good, actually. But yeah, good Lord. Yeah, it does. But you guys like it. It rolls off the tongue very well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a spectacular name, it really is.
Oh yeah, God. I'm not gay. I have sex with women, obviously. So Lunchbox Warren, is there anything you want to let the audience know before we head out?
I love you all, and you guys are all great. And thank you for coming by the show. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your support. Yeah, all you guys are awesome.
Yep.
Catch me on Tuesday if I actually do it, and I'll be drawing, and I'll also be doing a game stream if I don't fall asleep and go sleep through it. So, yeah, we'll be coming up with stuff here hopefully soon, and hopefully my old stoned ass will be able to actually get up and do what I was supposed to do.
See, if we had to rank the panelists, it would be me, then the rest, right? But if I did, oh God,
you should have your audience do a tier list of.
They're gonna put me in F tier just regardless. They're biased. They're not gonna rank me properly. Like, so I've had Gray and Warren on, so they're like tied for second. There's some days Gray's better. There's some days Warren's better. Warren's probably better most of the time than Gray. Gray likes to fight back, and I like to always put him in his place, giving him fresh, hot L's, actually. Oh, but Gray's not going to be on Monday's show. We're going to have his spot filled by a guest this week, actually. And Bob Loves Movies will be back on. And that's when King Style is supposed to be on, actually. So what's going to end up happening? Okay, so before we go, tomorrow I have the MSK show with Labs Comic Fan. We will be doing a comic book review in my butthole and just spreading some love. No, okay, all right, jokes aside. So tomorrow, 7 p.m. PST, we will be doing the MSK show with Labs Comic Fan. We are going to be doing a comic book review on Absolute Batman issue 10. Then after that, we have to do the Cloud9 podcast with Chaz because we couldn't do it this week, Tuesday, because he was sick. So right after me and Labs get done, I'm going to try and keep our show to like an hour and some change, maybe nothing past like an hour 20 max, you know? Then I got to do the Cloud9 podcast with Chaz. Then Sunday, I'm just going to stream like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel when I get off work. And then Monday, I'll play League or in the afternoon. I usually do a game stream in the afternoon when I'm off. Then I will have my MSK show conversation with the Creatorverse second appearance. I have to redo that one because it didn't pan out today. And then we're going to have the main MSK show with the panel. Our featured guest will be DK Bones. It'll be his first time on the show with me, Bob Loves Movies, DK, and King Style. And then after that, that's it for Monday. League afternoon, Tuesday, and then I'll have my one-on-one with Left Eye Ego. And then later in the week, I have to figure out where I'm going to put my spectacular MSK show. So
spectacular.
Damn. So that's where the name came from. MSK. Oh my god, that's just gay. God.
Thank you, Walter, for throwing out the At Lunchbox Comics YouTube channel.
Oh god. And
sometimes I stream stuff.
You guys say that you love Warren. He left you guys on red with that stream.
Oh, don't you dare try to tear me down.
What?
Don't you dare.
Bob already told me, man, I hate going on that MSK show. I don't know why I can't say no to him. Sounds like something you would say. Bob gets paid all you guys get paid a lot of money here. These contracts are fat. Like fat as fuck. But yeah, it's been a pretty good week so far. Gotta go back to work. Fuck me in the ass. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK show, and we will see you guys in the next one.